So I'd like to welcome Blair. He's the owner of Nose Creek Physiotherapy in sunny Calgary, Alberta, and he's been a client of ours for a long time. Came on board with the Pillowise product a few weeks ago now. Was not an early adopter, but he's been in it now for several weeks, a few months, and so we'd like to unmute Blair and have him tell us all about what's been going well for him with Pillowise. Go ahead, Blair.
Oh, thank you, Matt. When I first met Matt, I said, hey, well, I'll buy 3 pillows, send them down, and so we measured ourselves up. So myself, my account receivable clerk, and another one of my colleagues, what impressed us was we're all 3 different shapes. So we had 3 different sizes. We got the pillow within a couple of days. We took it home. We all tried it for a week, and we kind of reconvened a week later and said, well, what was your experience? And my accounts receivable clerk, I'll never forget this. She just looked at me and said, Blair, I was really skeptical that this was going to make any difference in my neck pain. But she says, it does work. I'm waking up with less stiffness and less pain in my neck. And I said, well, isn't that wonderful? And so at that point we said, well, hey, Matt, send us, the display and a stack of pillows, and let's start, trying this with our patients. And so we've been doing it for about 3 months now, and we've had nobody return a pillow. We've had nothing but compliments. Like 2 patients, I'll just tell 2 testimonials. I had a fellow who was actually in for really bad back, and we've been doing lots of work on him. And so as I work on backs, people inevitably will ask, well, can you check my neck? And so I've been working on his neck as well. And so he's a retired chartered accountant that lives in Calgary in the winter, summers in his BC cabin. And he just came back for a wedding the other day and said, Blair, I left my Pillowise pillow in BC. I'm just going to leave that one there. I want to buy another one for my Calgary home. And so that was, good testimonial. The second one was a gal with that I've been treating. So I tend to get the worst kind of in our clinic because I'm the most experienced therapist. And so she'd been through a few therapists, and actually she is probably the most arthritic neck that I've treated in probably 30 years of practicing physiotherapy. And I worked on her. We've been doing lots of traction. She's got a bit of radiculopathy happening, and so I basically just said to her, let's give this a try because this is a modifiable risk factor for you. And she tried it. And the other day I saw her at the front desk as I was between patients. She said, oh, Blair, she kind of ran up to me and said, thank you for that pillow. I'm sleeping much better now. I'm trying to convince my husband to get one now because it's made a big difference in my neck pain. So those are 2 kind of patient testimonials that are very honest and upfront. And I was saying to Ty earlier today that I've been struggling for years to find a product that would help support people's necks, especially the chronic neck pain caseload that we tend to carry here at Nose Creek and some of the traumatic neck injuries that we see. I think for our sort of purposes, we look at the patient and we look at the modifiable risk factors. That's their anatomy. So we're trying really hard as physiotherapists and manual therapists to get people's mobility back, strength, endurance, function, flexibility. But at the end of the day, when they're sleeping for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, they have to have good support. And so that's the external risk factor. And so, I've been recommending different pillows over the years, and this has probably been the best pillow I've had in my life. And I've encouraged all of you to actually just try it yourself. And as far as revenue goes too, guys, like the other day I was just talking to Lauren. I said, hey, I noticed our product revenue went up $1,000. And I said, so what's causing that? Because anytime a stack goes up or down, as a clinic owner, I want to know why. And she said, oh, that's because the pillows. And so I was like, oh, that's nice. So it's giving us a little bit of revenue as well and helping us on our bottom line. And post-COVID, I'm sure all of you are going through struggles. I know for me, running a business for 20 years, this whole COVID experience has been the most humbling experience in my life. And so now we're coming out of COVID, with challenges, with costs going up, margins going down, revenues being challenged. So it's a nice little product that works, and it's sort of helping pad our bottom line a little bit as well. But most patients, like 100% of ours right now, are just paying cash, and they're buying them, and like I say, they're loving them. We did do kind of an introductory summer special. I think I told Matt about that. So what we did was we said, okay, for the first, through July, August, and September, we actually did July and August, and we had such a great uptake. We decided we'll do it for 1 more month because what we're trying to do is expose all our loyal clients to it right away. And make sure they get an opportunity to buy it. And so we're doing like $30 discounts. We're selling it for $150 currently, but at the end of this month, it's going up to $180. So that's where we're making sure everyone gets in their deal before the end of the month. And then after that, it'll just stay at the $180 sort of fee, which we think is probably reasonable. Because like you said, Matt, people pay a lot more, but it's valuable. And sometimes the way I sell it is that, number one, it's only for, try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, 100% guarantee, so there's no risk to you. And there's a 5-year warranty. So like that's unheard of, that people stand behind a product like that. So thank you, Thijs, for that. And the other thing is, I sometimes say it may seem like a lot, until you've experienced. It's kind of like rehab. You don't see the value in the rehab experience until you've kind of got to near the end of your plan of care. And so I said, that's why it's important to give it a try. And the other tip that was really big for us, Matt, was Matt in this little seminar, if you sign up for one of his seminars, he'll tell you to do the measurements, put in the mattress data, get your size and get them to lay on it in the clinic. And if they feel like it's a bit low, try the next size up. So they can kind of play a little bit with the sizing. But most of the time, like probably 9 out of 10 people that we do the algorithm with, they lay down and they go, oh, that feels great. In fact, the other day I was sizing someone up and this other lady overheard me talking to this other lady and she came over and said, I want one too. So I just said to my assistant, go ahead. That's the other thing, it's very easy to measure. So if you're busy, I can just say to my assistant, okay, measure up for a Pillowise pillow. And we've trained all our girls to measure, and it's really important to find those bony landmarks, and the girls can find those now, no problem. So it is very simple to do as well. It's almost like low-hanging fruit for us, as physiotherapists. And I have nothing but positive things to say about it. So.